episode 252, my AI Impact Framework.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
As 2025 comes to an end, I've been busy working behind the scenes on updating my AI knowledge bank. In doing so, I have developed my new AI Impact Framework, which I'm sharing with you, my loyal podcast listeners, first. Hello, and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that was born to upskill 500,000 people on AI, take away the overwhelm, demystify artificial intelligence, and encourage you to embrace AI for good. I'm your host and your mentor, Joanne Sweeney. So I want to do something a little bit different today. Instead of talking about an AI tool or a trend, I want to talk about 2026. And of course, I want you to start thinking about 2026 and the role that AI is playing in it for you. So exactly a year ago, I always make goals, and I was thinking about how 2025 is going to change the trajectory of my career and also of my knowledge because of AI. And I committed to publishing AI Playbook. I committed to launching AI 6, the podcast. And I committed to getting a cohort to take the first beta of my professional diploma in AI. And guess what? I did all of it. But now it's the end of 2025 and it's time to make new goals. So you could say that I'm making these goals out loud with you. For the last couple of years, AI has felt really, as I would call my Christmas tree lights, higgledy-piggledy, a little bit all over the place. Just so much happening. Where is the coherence? What is that solid plan that we need to follow? But as we go into 2026, I feel that I have a solid plan. I've done the due diligence in terms of practicing AI for 3 years, sharing it with you, my listeners, but also with my clients, talking about it on stages all across the world, going to Harvard to study AI and public policy this summer and learn how Harvard is teaching it. And I've also put all of that knowledge into a book, created the AI diploma, and consult with clients. So all of that rich learning, practice, academic theory has now all come together. And I'm sitting here in my podcast studio in my home office in the west of Ireland, and I'm saying, now I have a solid plan of what I'm offering you and the market in 2026. So my AI framework, my AI impact framework is know AI, use AI, govern AI. So what does that mean? Well, we all need a structured way of working, and we need AI to create impact. And if you think about my client base and how I have to pivot to EU institutions in Brussels, radio stations, private sector clients, it's really important that I have a structure that I can scale and that I can adapt quickly. And everybody keeps saying the same things to me. Joanne, we know AI is important, but we're not sure where to start. We've got a few people who are really into it, but there's no structure. Our leadership is asking about AI strategy. They want to do AI, but we don't even have a policy. And then on top of that, there's all of this hype, but we're not really seeing any impact. Where is the return on investment? So all of these conversations over the past 12 months, I have really taken on board, I've assimilated them, and I've now created the AI Impact Framework. I want to teach you about AI so that you have the knowledge. I want to teach you the tools so you know how to use AI. And I want you to be confident in overseeing and managing AI, and that's the governance piece. So level 1, know AI. So this is the awareness and the foundation layer. If you are here listening to this podcast, then you are probably already AI curious, and you've been building up your literacy by listening to this podcast on a regular basis. But knowing AI is really looking at what's the entry point. Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the entry-level skills? Are you working with some tools? Maybe you're also taking advantage of my free monthly webinars. Maybe you've bought my book, AI Playbook. Maybe you've been part of some sort of workshop that I've delivered. All of that is knowing AI. Level 2 then is using AI. And this is when it gets a little bit more serious. This is the application of building your AI competency. In other words, the skills. Not just theory, but applying AI to your actual day job with your role front and center. So when you're in level 2, when AI is no longer a novelty, it's something that's making an impact on your day. You're asking yourself, what is the solution that AI is solving? For me, level 2 is where the deeper work happens. Maybe then you've decided to take my AI Playbook diploma, where you actually take the 12 modules and you graduate with a CPD certification. Maybe you're part of an in-company workshop where I sit down with a team, look at their day-to-day tasks, look at their industry, and develop a practical workshop and use cases based on that. So then level 3 is govern AI. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is where you're not just saying, I know AI, I'm using custom assistants, I'm really competent, but now you're thinking about going that extra mile and potentially introducing agentic AI. But you're also asking those questions about risk, bias, transparency, accountability. And you're scaling it right across the organization. And in my work, when it comes to level 3, this is where I'm working directly with organizations on their own AI projects. And really exciting, this is where in 2026, the AIJ license comes in. And of course, there'll be a dedicated episode on that. So I want you to ask yourself, at what level do you want to be at the end of 2026? What is your AI ambition? Do you want to continue just using AI tools in isolation? Or do you want to build custom assistants, engage in vibe coding? Or do you want to manage AI in your organization? Well, whatever step you're on the AI maturity ladder, I can help you. If you enjoyed this episode and want to know more about how AI can really transform your skill set to help you progress your career, and you really want to improve your skill set in 2026, then think about taking my professional diploma in AI based on my book, AI Playbook. If you want me to speak to a leadership team or host an in-company workshop and develop AI assistance, then maybe you're at level 2 maturity. But if you really want to scale AI in your organization, then you're at level 3. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a pro that you know, and don't forget that you can get in touch by dropping me an email to joanne@digitaltraining.ie. This is AI6. I'll talk to you tomorrow.